Have you ever considered the liberating possibilities of living large in a tiny space? Imagine a lifestyle where less is more, where the confines of your living space inspire creativity and resourcefulness. This is the allure of tiny living, a movement that champions the benefits of a minimalist lifestyle. By embracing such a way of life, you open the door to a myriad of advantages. Reduced living costs spring to mind first, freeing up your budget for experiences over possessions. Then there's the lower environmental impact, a nod to our collective responsibility towards our planet. But perhaps most appealing is the freedom that comes with shedding excess material weight. This minimalist lifestyle offers an uncluttered path to peace, simplicity, and fulfillment. In the heart of this movement are countless individuals who've made the bold leap into tiny house living. They are the pioneers of a new way of life, brave souls who dared to challenge the norm. One such brave soul who embraced this life-changing decision is our protagonist, John. Meet John, a man who traded his bustling city life for a serene existence in a tiny house. Once a high flyer in the corporate world, John was living the so-called dream life, with a high-rise apartment and a shiny sports car. Yet the constant buzz of the city left him yearning for peace and simplicity. One day he stumbled upon a documentary about tiny houses, an alternative lifestyle that promised less clutter and more freedom. Intrigued, he began to research and found himself drawn to the idea of minimalist living. The more he delved into it, the more he was convinced that this was the change he needed. His motivation, a life less encumbered by possessions and more enriched by experiences. He sold his apartment, bid farewell to his fast-paced life, and embarked on a journey towards frugal living in a tiny house. The decision was made, and the wheels of change were set in motion. The transition from a spacious apartment to a compact house was challenging, but John was ready to adapt. The initial phase was all about downsizing. John had to scrutinize every item he owned, asking himself if it was truly necessary or merely a luxury. It was a process of learning to distinguish between wants and needs. In the midst of this, John found himself developing new skills. He learned how to maintain a tiny house, how to make the most of every square inch. He discovered the art of organization, the beauty in simplicity. But perhaps the most significant part of this transition was the emotional journey. Letting go of excess possessions was not just about creating physical space, it was about freeing up emotional space too, shedding the weight of materialism to make room for experiences, for connections, for memories. In the face of adversity, John remained steadfast, his eyes set on the prize. Life in a tiny house was everything John imagined and then some. Upon settling into his diminutive dwelling, John discovered a world of benefits that extended well beyond the obvious financial savings. The reduced living expenses brought a newfound financial freedom, allowing John to work less and live more. This was a life no longer dictated by the need to earn and spend, but rather by the desire to experience and grow. Moreover, the limited space meant less time spent on cleaning and maintenance, freeing up precious hours for pursuits that truly mattered to him. He found the time to read books that had been gathering dust, to pick up a long-abandoned guitar, and to explore the joy of cooking with fresh local ingredients. The tiny house wasn't just about downsizing his living space, it was about upgrading his lifestyle. It provided the opportunity for a life less cluttered, both physically and mentally. In the tiny house, John found not just a home, but a lifestyle that truly resonated with his values. John's journey to tiny living offers valuable insights for anyone considering this lifestyle. His experiences underscore the undeniable benefits of this lifestyle choice: the reduced cost of living, the freedom from material possessions, and the joy of a simpler life. But it's not all sunshine and rainbows, as the road to minimalism presents its own share of challenges. The transition required John to downsize not just his possessions, but his expectations and lifestyle. It was a difficult process, but one that ultimately rewarded him with a sense of profound contentment. This journey to less led him to more freedom, more happiness, and more satisfaction. Living in a tiny house isn't just about saving money, it's about embracing a new way of life, one that values experiences over possessions and simplicity over complexity. It's a lifestyle that asks, how much do you really need to be happy? In the pursuit of simplicity, John discovered a wealth of happiness. Could you?